For this one, we're doing the quadratic formula again. So I'm going to write my standard form quadratic. That is going to be f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. I see my equation's not in that form, so I'm going to go ahead and manipulate it to the form that I need. I see common denominators here, so I'm going to add that 6x over, so I will do negative 6x equals 7x squared minus x minus 12. Add 6x to both sides. Okay, that will give me I'll put a 0 over here, equals 7x squared plus 5x, negative x plus 6x will give me a 5x minus 12. Okay, so from here, I have my a, b, and c's. I need to, step 1, find a, b, and c. Okay, so a is going to be 7, b is going to be 5, and c is going to be negative 12. Okay, so after this information, we go to step 2. Plug a, b, c into quadratic formula. Okay, what is the quadratic formula? We have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And this is all over 2a. Okay, so what I'm doing is taking this information, plugging it into here. I'll do this color. So we have an x equals negative 5 plus or minus 5 squared minus 4 times 7 times negative 12. It's going to be multiplied by 2 or divided by 2 times 7. Okay, so from here I'm going to simplify. So step 3, simplify. Okay, so I've got x equals negative 5 plus or minus the square of 5. 5 squared is 25. And I'm going to multiply this first, so negative 4 times 7 is going to be negative 28. I'm going to carry that negative 12 down here. Okay, and then we have 2 times 7, so that's going to be 14. Okay, so I've simplified just a little bit further. I'm going to continue to simplify. I'll do dark green. So I have x equals negative 5 plus or minus square root of 25. So negative 28 times negative 12. Negative 28 times negative 12 will be 336. So that's going to be a positive. So negative times a negative, so positive. Positive 336. Okay, all over 14. So from here, I'm going to simplify whatever is under my square root more. Okay, so I've got x equals negative 5 plus or minus square root of 336 plus 25 will be 361 over 14. So let's see, 361. Okay, I'm going to move to the next page here. So x equals plus 5 plus or minus square root of 361 all over, let's see, 14. Okay, so I know the square root of 361 right off the bat, so I can simplify that. Square root of 361 is going to be 19 times 19, 361. So that would be a perfect square. So we then have x equals 5 plus or minus 19 divided by 14. Okay, so I'm going to break this off into two different solutions. So I'm going to have x equals 5 plus 19 divided by 14, and then I'm going to have x equals 5 minus 19 divided by 14. Okay, so 5 plus 19 is going to give me 24 over 14. So I'm going to simplify that a little further. I'll start with 2 first, so 24 divided by 2 will be 12 over 7. And that looks about as simplified as it can get. I'm going to move on to my next x solution. So I'm going to have 5 minus 19. It's going to be negative 14 over positive 14. It's going to give me a negative 1. Okay, so my two solutions of this quadratic formula are 12 over 7 and negative 1.